Let's specifically talk about the kind of things that triggers your temper or what we might call a newer behavioral problem at work.
The biggest one is I have to figure out things for myself. You can't just give me a piece of paper and say, okay, here's how you do it. It tells you specifically what you're supposed to do. I have to. The last job I worked at was here in Fond du Lac, was at Best Buy. And they were very accommodating, actually. They would say, okay, Mike, this is what we need you to do, and just walk away. And usually after 10, 20 minutes, I figured out how to do it. It was fine.
Did you have some effort at accommodation when you got hired by Best Buy, so they gave you some special opportunities to do it your way?
At that time, when I was working at Best Buy, I was working through DVR. And me and DVR and the person that was helping me through one of the, because they contract out, that was helping me, we actually sat down of what I need. We told them, you just tell, I think that was Katie Ham. And she would actually sit down with me, and she would sit down with, okay, here's how to work with Mike. You just give him what you want him to do, and then walk away. And come back and check on him in half an hour.
And one of the things you talked about last time we interviewed you is that you're much better with auditory learning than learning from reading.
Right.
Were you able to use that technique at all in helping you there, or was it just a matter of very slowly reading what you had to read?
Actually, from the only time that I really had to read to learn my job was when I was a salesman or something, to learn the product. But the last 3 jobs that I had, if you could just tell me what needed to be done and then let me figure it out, it was absolutely fine.
What happened with the job at Best Buy?
Actually, I tried to get hired on there permanently. Actually, they were hiring at the time. DVR tried to help me get on there after I did my 2 weeks, 6 weeks of working with the job and them seeing how I would do. And then I went back. I filled out the paperwork, was going to be interviewed for it, but I wasn't hired. I had my suspicions, but...
And your suspicions are that you'd had just enough problems when you were there that they...
Actually, I had no problems there. When I was working there through DVR, they didn't pay me. DVR did. And I think for them, that was a bonus. They got a free employee.
Why do you think they didn't bring you on full time?
I don't think it was because of other candidates. I was selling with stuff, but I have I call it the bipolar issue, to where I can be very helpful with customers, or I could be very aloof to them. And I think that's what they kind of focused more on, was my aloofness.